So we're about the halfway point now in Roger Moore's career as Bond.
Yeah.
So Spy Who Loved Me, box office wise, revived the series.
Yeah.
It was the biggest hit Bond had had since like
Thunderball.
probably yeah. It reached Only Live Twice levels. And Moonraker was set to follow.
Wasn't Moonraker a rip-off of like Star Wars?
Yes. Now at the end of Spy Who Loved Me, there's always that moment at the end where it says James Bond will return.
Yeah.
And back in the day we used to have books, the Bond books, so we could pick which one we're going to do next. And it was going to be Bond will return in For Your Eyes Only. And then,
Eyes only. That one, yeah.
And then a little film called Star Wars came out.
Yep, 1979 this film came out apparently, which would have placed it 2 years after Star Wars, but probably produced in 78.
Yep.
So, yeah.
So the producers made the horribly cynical move of doing James Bond in space, the science fiction James Bond film.
Yeah, because that always goes well, adding in space to...
Yep. And once again, basically the plot is the exact same plot as You Only Live Twice.
Yep.
And Spy Who Loved Me. The villain basically wants to make a superior race of space people.
Yep.
And killing the rest of planet Earth. James Bond blasts into orbit in this pulse-pounding adventure that takes him from Venice to Rio de Janeiro and to outer space.
I have never seen all of this film, but I hear it is appalling.
It is horrible.
Don't they give Jaws a love interest?
Yes, Jaws, after popular demand by children, Jaws turns into a good guy and he falls in love.
He's a shit character though, isn't he? All he has is metal teeth.
Yeah, but that's his defining character trait.
Why do kids love him so much?
I don't know.
Fucking kids.
Kids. So yeah, we give him a love interest who's got like pigtails and he falls in love. There is even a scene where it's in Rio de Janeiro, Jaws has failed to kill Bond and he's covered by rubble, and then this girl comes to rescue him and they play that they actually play that music, well, ironically, when Jaws and this girl meet.
So the film is awful.
Yes. It involves a scene where the British Army has, back in the late 70s, has developed like rocket-powered laser beams, so they can like go into orbit and they fire like laser beams in outer space. Yeah, you try to pick off Star Wars with James Bond, it doesn't quite work.
Well, the reason Star Wars works is just, well, I don't really like the first Star Wars, is because it's a hero's journey of a simple guy in outer space, and he sees all these whimsical things. It doesn't work because an essentially Superman goes into outer space and sees nothing.
Yeah. Bond gets, I can't remember what the reasoning is, but Bond dicks about Brazil for a bit, and then he ends up in outer space.
Do they portray Brazilians sensitively and with...
I don't think we show any.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, and you know who the Bond girl... I'm trying to remember who the Bond girl in this one is. She's really shit. She's called Dr. Holly Goodhead.
Ah, I remember that.
Yes, you remember Goodhead well.
Is this... is this the one with the awful line, what are you doing, Bond? I'm attempting re-entry?
Yes, yes, yes. Also, it's the last Shirley Bassey Bond song.
Alright.
You know.
Moonraker.
Yeah, it always fits perfectly. The song's like, just like the Moonraker goes. It's so shit.
Oh, this is cringe.
But Moonraker is horrible. Moonraker is like, it's like You Only Live Twice if it wasn't fun. It's just a bit boring. Yeah, it's one of the worst. It is horrible.
No.
So it's another 3 out of 10.
Is it even entertainingly bad?
There are some really entertainingly bad moments in it.
Yeah.
That are worth seeing, but no, it's not worth it. It's just borderline silly, which is why in the next one they went back to basics a bit.
Yeah.
And it's the Roger Moore film that most people forget about, but I think it's probably the best one.
But Your Eyes Only.
Yeah, For Your Eyes Only. You know, the one with that really iconic thing. Even Kingsman's poster spoofs that.
Yeah.
With the 2 legs and Bond in between.
I can't remember this film at all, if I've ever seen it.
Does
it have a really long bit where he goes up a mountain?
I think so. It's set in Greece.
Yeah, I do remember a little bit of this.
Yeah.
But nothing.
I don't remember who the villain is. I remember it being a pretty good film. If I know, I don't remember any of this film. But this is the one where they try to make Bond serious.
Oh, no, it's boring then.
No, ish. In terms of being like the most consistent Roger Moore Bond film, it's probably his best one. It is like good. Well, it's okay. It's borderline good. But its only problem is that it's not memorable.
No.
Like Live and Let Die, it's not a good film, but I remember everything about the film. The Horizontal, it's only got that song, and the scene where Roger Moore's Bond cruelly kills a man in cold blood.
Alright.
Basically, this man's teetering off the edge, and Bond just kind of kicks him off.
Yeah.
But it's a very clear indication that they're trying to return to a more serious Bond.
Yeah.
But then they abandoned it for the last two films.
Well, the next one certainly doesn't have the problem of being unmemorable, does it?
That's true. But The Horizontal is okay.
Yeah.
You know, Roger Moore's trying something a bit different. We're getting to the point now where Roger Moore's getting very old. And scenes where, like, a 50-year-old Roger Moore is kissing, like, an 18-year-old girl is getting a bit dodgy.
Pervert.
Like, there's even a scene where, like, a girl comes on to Bond and Bond has to rebuttal her and Bond's like, I'll buy you an ice cream cone instead. Or something like that, which really...
Simpler times.
Simpler times, I know. It's getting awkward points now. Roger Moore's getting a bit long in the tooth. But Fiori's Only is like a 6 out of 10 film, I think.
Yeah.
It's okay. Then we come to, I think, probably my personal favourite Roger Moore Bond film.
I've never seen it. I've seen a bit of this film on television, Octopussy.
Octopussy.
Isn't it true that this film doesn't feature a woman with 8 vaginas? Or like an 8-armed vagina?
Unfortunately not, no.
Oh.
I had to quell those rumours.
Yeah.
Bond is involved in a Fabergé egg mystery. I couldn't even say that with a straight face. It's almost like Grand Budapest Hotel levels of whimsical. It's a Fabergé egg mystery.
Yeah.
Which, for some reason, sees Bond... Oh, no, that's it. The villain wants to set a nuclear bomb off in the middle of, like, Germany.
Yeah.
For some reason, I think. This is the one where Bond goes to India. And it's as culturally sensitive as you imagine it would be. It's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
It's even got, apparently it's got like a tennis player acting in the film who plays one of Bond's psychic henchmen. But I'm not going to lie, I kind of love Octopussy. It is so bad, but it's so entertaining.
Well, I was just going to say that I like this quote from the back of the box. This is from the description. So, how old do you reckon Roger Moore must have been then?
I think he was about 55.
Agent 007 must use his deadly expertise, acerbic wit and overpowering sex appeal. Yep. So, yeah, I can't comment on this. Never seen it. It's meant to be just dreadful.
It is dreadful. It's, let me read the back.
Isn't this the one that nearly killed it because everyone hated this and the next one?
No, it was the next one.
Yeah, the next one is my least favourite.
Yeah. People were a bit muted towards this one. I kind of like it. It's bad, but it's kind of like the reason why I like Live and Let Die as well. It keeps moving.
Live and Let Die is just appalling.
Yeah, but like Octopussy, like it's always moving.
Yeah.
You know, like if you're watching it on TV, you know, at one point Bond's, you know, like he's in India and he's like running around the streets.
Yeah.
You'll flip the channel and watch the news. You come back and he's dressed up as a clown.
I have seen that.
Yeah, he has to infiltrate this circus dressed up as a clown, which is just brilliant. It's so fun.
Oh, God.
Roger Moore portrays the immortal action hero, perfectly capturing Bond's deadly expertise, acrobatic wit, and overpowering sex appeal as he investigates the murder of a fellow agent who was clutching a priceless Fabergé egg at the time of his death. And that leads up. It's always this one where like Bond has to sneak onto this island filled with women, and Q's like, "Island full of women, that's Bond's dream." And Bond's like disguised like a crocodile or something. He has like a paper mache crocodile. Honestly, watch Octopussy. I think it's actually really entertaining.
Yeah. In
the same kind of Live and Let Die kind of way. It's horrible. It's not a good film at all. But
oh, Live and Let Die is great. I thought you meant the next one when you said it's entertaining.
Oh, like Man with Golden Gun. Oh, you mean this next one?
Yes, which we'll get to in a minute. But yeah, Octopussy, final thoughts, rating?
Octopussy. Oh my God. My copy of the next one's missing.
We'll just talk about it.
Yeah.
Right then, so Octopussy, yeah, final thoughts, rating.
Octopussy is like a it's like a 4 out of 10 film, but for its entertainment factor, I'm willing to give it a 6
Alright.
or a 7.
And then we move on to my personal least favourite Bond film.
Same
I
one
think
for
this
me.
is awful.
Yeah.
We
In fact,
haven't got the box, so use your mind's eye if you must. It is called Living. Oh no, it's not. It's
Meeting
called
you with a view
To a Kill
by
Duran.
Yeah.
Everyone's favourite.
How could a James Bond film where Christopher Walken plays the villain be boring as fuck?
Even Christopher Walken's pretty low energy in this.
Yeah, he's not doing his normal. He's not doing like King of New York, or he's not even kind of weird in this one. Do you have a David?
Mr. Bond. Mr. Bond. I want to see some of that.
You gotta speak, Mr. Bond.
More cowbell.
Yeah. What are you doing? I imagine that I'm driving in my car, and I imagine all the lights.
Yeah.
And so on. So.
No, the best one's from the film Geely, that terrible
Oh,
Ben Affleck film where he's like, you put a pie in the back of your head, your tongue goes right for it.
Or like his classic line in they did like this Bear Disney film where Christopher Walken has the amazing line, "You'll pay for this, bears." It's like the best line ever. You'll pay for this one, bears.
But Christopher Walken, a great, amazing actor.
I love him. I love Christopher Walken.
Yeah, great from everything from
Annie Hall
to Deer Hunter to Late Quartet to whatever the fuck else he's to
Sleepy Hollow.
To Sleepy Hollow. Yes.
Yeah.
He's in the worst Bond film. Now I remember this film mainly for him. Grace Jones is also in it.
Oh, she is. She's the hedge lady.
Woman. Grace Jones is in it. She's awful. Roger Moore's about 60 and he's shagging 18-year-old girls.
Oh. It involves a plot where Max Zorin wants the oil, I think.
Yep.
He's like an evil business tycoon. No, he wants to flood Silicon Valley. He wants to flood.
Who cares?
He wants to flood Silicon Valley. So I think the price of his microchip will go up.
Oh God.
Or something like that. Oh, it's horrible.
I remember there's an awful scene where James is on top of a firefighter's, fire bus, whatever they're called.
Fire engine.
That's it.
And it's got like clearly a henchman hanging onto the edge, and there's awful like insert shots of Roger Moore being like trying to look scared. That's bad.
The end confrontation, doesn't he shoot him on top of a tower or something?
He's on top of the Golden Gate Bridge.
That's it, and he just shoot,
Made famous in the iconic film The Room.
Yeah. Yeah. So, pretty much everything about this film is bad, it's boring, Roger Moore's too old, the politics in it are awful.
Yeah.
Yeah, avoid this film as much as possible.
The only fun thing about the film is the song.
Oh, it's pretty bad that anyway.
It's really bad, yeah. I think even in the opening, like Bond is like ice skating down or skiing down a cliff, and the Beach Boys are playing.
Really?
Yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, you can see why Roger Moore had to leave after this one.
Yeah.
It was getting a bit awkward.
Way too old.
Yeah, it's very boring. It's not a very good film. It's just like a 1 out of 10.
A 1 out of 10 for me as well.
It's an awful
That concludes our Roger Moore years. Stay for us for the Bizarre 2 film, am I correct? Period of Timothy Dalton, no one's favourite.
Intense Bond.
Intense Bond who goes down mountains on a violin case?
A cello case.
A cello case, yes.
But we'll get to that next time.
So stick with us. A lot short because there's only 2. Timothy Dalton.